There are two more concepts on pointer and function. This is pointer and function. Okay, here we use pointer and function, and in this program there is a pointer to function. Okay, so here two numbers are swapped using the concept of pointer and function. Okay, class, this is the call by reference, okay, or you can say call by address. Here concept of pointer and function are implemented in this program. This program is used to swap two numbers using pointer, or you can say using call by reference. Okay, so there are two functions. One is a main from here to here, another is a void from here to here. Both function main and swap, another is swap, sorry. One is a main function from here to here, another is a swap function from here to here. Both function, main function and swap function, both are user defined function. Okay class, since swap function is defined after the main function, that's why there is a need to declare function prototype of swap function. So here we declare the function prototype of swap function. Copy this line here and put the semicolon here and remove the variable. There is no need of variable x and y here. Okay class, so class, control program execution always start with main. So main is here, program execution start from here, control go to this line, control go to this line and print the a and b, that is the 10, 20. 10, 20 is printed here. Here swap is a function. Here swap is a function. How we recognize a function? Valid name followed by small bracket is known as function. Any valid name followed by small bracket open close is known as function. So swap is a valid name, there is a small bracket here, so this is the function. So this swap function is called in the main function. So main is calling function, swap is a called function. When control comes to this line, this whole main function temporarily suspended and swap function is temporarily active. So control go to swap function basically is like this. So when control comes to here, this value %a, which is an argument, a and b are argument, x and y are the parameter, or you can say a and b are actual argument, x and y are the formal argument. Here %a means address of a, here %b means address of b. Here address of a and b are passed, okay, in swap function. Here address of a and b are passed in swap function. So x and y should be pointer so that it can hold the address. So we make it pointer. So int x is a normal variable, b apply the asterisk, so x become the pointer. Now x can hold the address of a and y can hold the address of b. So what addresses are here supplied is copied in x and y. Okay class, another variable t, we declare another variable t. This is the third variable. Okay, this is the first variable, second variable, and this is the third variable. Here t is a normal variable, but x and y is a pointer, are the pointer variable. So x has address. If you write t equal to x, then it is wrong, because t is a normal variable, t can hold only the value and x is holding the address of a. So address cannot be assigned to value type variable. So make it value. Now this value is assigned to t. Like the same way, this value assigned to x. If you remove the asterisk from here to here, then this will be address assigned to this. But we are here swapping the value of two variables. So make it value. Once again, t has value. That's why we have to make y, which has address, make it value. So value of t is assigned to y. Now we print %d asterisk x asterisk y. This %d print asterisk x, this %d print asterisk y. If you remove asterisk, then there will be addresses, and %d cannot print the addresses. Okay, so make it value. So asterisk x and asterisk y. So here value is changed, here value is swapped. X has y value, y has x value. So here value swapped is printed here. So indirectly here printed. So here value swapped printed here, that is 20 and 10. Okay class. Here again %d a comma b. What will be the result? Here also will be 20 and 10. Class, when you call a function by the address or by the reference, then modification done in that function will also reflect in calling function also. So main is calling function. So whatever is changed here will also reflect in the calling function, in main function. So change will be also here. So here will be 20 and here will be 10. Okay, when you call a function by the address or by the reference, then modification done in that function is also reflect in the calling function. So whatever has changed here, value has swapped here, is also reflect in this printf. Okay, so here 10 20 20 10, because here value is swapped here. So here is a 20 10, here is a 10 20, and after modification this printf is written. After calling this function, this printf is written. So modification reflect here also, that is the 2010. So class, here you can see we have implemented the concept of both pointers and function. Here is a pointer, concept of pointer, and we call the function also. So we swap the two numbers using function and using pointers. So this is the problem of pointer and function, implementation of pointer and function. Now another problem. Here we implement pointer to function. Class, we have already learned about the pointer to integer, pointer to character, pointer to float, pointer to long, pointer to pointer, okay, pointer to array. Like the same way, there is a pointer to function. So here pointer to function, okay, int sum, int comma int, void main. Class, program execution start from here, void main. Here int, here there are two variable, a and b. There are two variable. B is a normal variable, b is a pointer, b is a normal integer variable, a is a pointer to function. Class, pointer to function are declared like this. Here a is a pointer to function, and here is a int comma int, because this function also have int comma int. If it has float comma int, then here we write float comma int. Okay, this pointer to function is used for this function. That is why this is the same as this. If here is a float, then here will be float. But here is a int, and we make a pointer, that is pointer to function, which will be also int. Now this a can used for this, okay, because it matches with this. Class, in this program there are two functions. One is a main function from here to here, another is a sum function from here to here. Okay, both functions are user defined. Both functions are user defined because here user write the body of function. Here user write the body of function, here user write the body of function. Okay, so this main function is a user defined, this sum function is also user defined. There are two functions. Since sum function is defined after the main, that's why there is a need to declare the function prototype of this function. So copy this line here above the main, before the main, okay, and put the semicolon, and there is no need of variable this here to remove this, and this becomes the function prototype declaration. Okay class, basically function prototype declaration tells what is the return type of function, whether function is argument type or not. If argument type, then how many number of arguments, if there are arguments, then what are the types of argument, integer, float, char. So here return type is int, function name is sum, and this is the argument type of function because there are two arguments, okay, and both arguments are integer type. Okay, so class, this is the function prototype declaration. Program execution start from here. There is a int asterisk a int comma int. This a is a pointer to function. This is the variable, this is the pointer variable, that is pointer to function, and that is another variable, normal variable b. Okay, b is an integer variable. B assign this pointer to function sum, address of this function. This pointer to function contains this pointer to function a contains the address of sum. Okay, here b call this function, here b call this function by pointer to function. Here b do not write sum class, here b do not write sum. Here basically b use pointer to function to call this function. So a is a pointer to function to call this function. Put 10, 30, whatever you want to supply here, supply. Okay, because this is a int comma int type, so a is a int comma int type. So this function is called throw pointer to function a, because a has address of this sum function. So by using this we can call, because a has address of function sum. So a comma 30 10 comma 30, this is supplied, and this value is received in parameter x comma y. X received 10, y received 30, and 10 plus 30, that is 40. This 40 is returned here, and when any function returns something, b collect in another variable. So b collect in variable b is declared here. So what is the result is collected in b print b. So result is here 40. So class, here you can see function sum is called by the pointer to function. Okay, here there is b do not write sum, here b write a, and a is a pointer to function. By using pointer to function, b call this function. A b can call because this a is same type of function b, and this a has also address of this function, so b can call. Pointer to structure. Class here struct book. Here is a char a 30, basically name of book. This is a is a name of book. Int b show the page of book. B is used for page of books. pages of book, and here float C. C is used for, C is a float type and C is used for the price. Class, here A is a variable and A is a string. A is used for book name. What is the name of book? And B is a variable, that is integer type, and this is used for number of pages in that book. And float C, C is a variable, that is the float type, and this C is used for here to print the use for here for price of that book. Okay, now void, here is semicolon, void main, here be write struct book, this is the data type, and we declare a variable I, equal to name, basically let us see, and B is page, here suppose page is 300 page and price is 250. This is the price. Class, I is a structure variable. This is the new data type. Struct book is a data type. This is the variable and this is the constant. Okay. There are three things. This is the A. This is basically A. Let us see, basically नाम है, ये name है. This is the name. This is the number of pages. This is the price. Another struct, another variable is struct asterisk j. Struct asterisk j. So j is a pointer to structure. J is a pointer because here is an asterisk. This is a pointer to structure. Okay, class. Now j equal to %I. J equal to %I. Now we are going to printf %s for name of book, %d for number of pages, %f for price of that book. Here I dot A comma I dot B comma I dot C. Printf here %s for name of book, %d for number of pages in book, %f for price of book. Here j arrow operator A comma j arrow operator. This is not dot, this is the arrow operator B class comma j arrow operator. This is the arrow operator C, and this main is closed here, and this main function is closed here. Class, here pointer to structure. J is a pointer because there is an asterisk, and pointer to structure. This is the struct book is a data type of structure. So J is a pointer to structure. Pointer to structure. Class, there is a book. There is a this is the data type. This is the new data type. Okay. This is the structure data type. This is the user defined data type or new data type, and this data type is declared before the main. That's why it becomes the global, and this new data type is visible for all function in the program. So it is also visible in main. So class, B copy struct book is a data type. B copy struct book is data type. This is the data type, and we declare a variable I. Okay, this is the structure variable, and we initialize it. So I is a structure variable, normal structure variable, which is initialized here. This is the name. This is the number of pages, which are in integer. Pages are in integer, and this is the price of that book. Okay class, we declare another variable J, but here is a pointer, here is an asterisk. So J is a pointer to structure. So there are two variables, I and J. This is the normal variable which is initialized. This is the structure. This is the pointer variable. Okay, and this is the pointer to structure. And J has address of this I, and J has address of I. Okay class, now we are going to print %s for print the string, that is the name of book. %d print the pages of book, which is integer. Okay, %f print the price of book, which is float. So here I dot a, I is a variable, I dot a, this will be accessed here. Here I dot b, this will be accessed here, because structure elements are accessed by structure variable dot structure element. So I dot a comma I dot b comma I dot c, this will be accessed here and printed here. So here what will be printed? Let us see. Here will be 300, here will be 200.50. In this printf, there is same thing, %s, %d, %f. Here in place of I there is a J. In place of dot operator there is a arrow operator. When you use pointer variable, then you have to apply the arrow operator in place of dot operator. J arrow operator A, comma J arrow operator B, comma J arrow operator C. Okay class, so here what will be the result here? Here is also, let us see, here let us see will be printed, here 300 will be printed, which is pages of book. Here 250 will be printed here. Okay class, so in this program we know the concept of, we implement the concept of pointer to structure, and in this way we print. Okay, I is a normal variable and J is a pointer to structure variable. Passing an array to a function. Class, till now we have passed the value and address to the function. Here we are going to pass an array to a function. Okay class, this is a program in which we pass the array to the function. Previously we have passed the value and address to the function. When you will pass the value to the function, then it is called value add, call by value. When you pass address to a function, then it will call the call by reference. So call by value and call by reference have already finished. Okay, now passing an array to a function. Class, there are three functions here. One is a main, Main is defined from here to here. Second function is ABC, which is defined from here to here. And third function is XYZ, which is defined from here to here. There are three user defined function: main, ABC and XYZ. Okay class, here ABC function and XYZ function are written after the main function. That's why there is a need to declare function prototypes of these functions. So ABC is written after the main function, that's why function prototype of ABC is written here. While XYZ function is also defined after the main function, that's why function prototype of XYZ function is declared here. Okay class, program execution start from main, control go to here. Here A is a array of integer in which there are 5 elements, and these 5 elements are initialized here. Okay, now B call the ABC function. Main function call the ABC function by supplying the base address of this array and number of elements in this array. Number of elements basically is 5. Number of elements basically 5 in this array. So ABC function is called by supplying the base address of array and number of elements in that array. So class, you can see here this is the address and this is the value. So we call here ABC function by supplying the address and value. So it is a mix of call by value and call by reference. Okay class, ampersand A of 0 gives the first block of address, gives the base address of array A. So this is the address, this is the elements, and we call the ABC by supplying the address, base address of array and number of elements in this array. So this is the mix of call by value and call by address, because we supply the address as well as value. So ABC function is called by value and address. Okay, so it is a mix of call by value and call by address. Now class, when control comes to this function, whole main function temporarily suspended, and this ABC function is active. Okay, so here control is here, whatever supplied here is received in X, whatever supplied is here is received in Y. So class, this is the address, this is the value, so we have to make X is a pointer variable, that's why it can hold base address of array. Okay, this is the address, that's why we have to make X is a pointer so that it can hold that address. And this is the 5, that is the integer value. This integer value is received in N. Okay class, this is the argument, these are the arguments and these are the parameters. X and N are the parameters and this is the arguments. Okay, so base address received here, 5 values received here, number of element in array. We declare another variable I, which is used in for loop. I equal to 0, I is less than number of element, that is 5 in this case, I plus plus. Printf %d asterisk x. Class, if you remove asterisk, then it has address. Basically we want to print the elements, of this array. Okay, so X has address, base address, and here is a base address. Class, this is the first block address, here is a second block address, here is the third block address. Okay, so x has base address, first block address basically. This one is a first block address, and x has first block address, and asterisk make it value add address. Okay, so x has base address and asterisk make it value add that address, so that is 10. So here 10 will be printed. Okay, again x is a pointer. When you increment pointer, it points next location of same type. Okay, so it points next location of same type. So x is now pointing here, and when you print again x with asterisk, then it print 20. Here 20 will be printed. Here x plus plus again here 30 will be printed. In this way you print all elements of array A with the help of pointer x. With the help of pointer x, you print the all elements of an array. Okay, so class, here you can see, here function, pointer, both concepts are used. Okay, here function and pointer, both concept is used. This is the function which is called here, and here is a x is a pointer. With the help of pointer, we print the elements of this array. Okay, and here I plus plus in the last of the loop, I plus plus will also work, and when this I becomes 5 is less than 5, no, in that case control exit from here and control return to here. All elements are printed. Okay, when control comes to xyz function, the whole main function temporarily suspended again, and xy function now becomes active. Okay, whatever you supplied here, this is the base address, this is the value, this is the base address of array A, and this is the value. So whatever you have supplied here is received here. Okay class, so in ABC be received here, but in XYZ be received base address here. Both are same. Okay, either you can choose that method or this method. Both methodology is same. Okay, when you supply the base address of array, you may choose anyone. Either you choose this or this. In this case there is also base address, in this case there is also base address. Okay, so this is another method to take the base address of array. Okay class, so whatever you have supplied is received here in parameters. Okay, now I equal to here I declared I equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus %d j of I. Okay, for each value of I, j is printed here, j of 0, j of 1, j of 2, j of 3, j of 4, basically this, j of 0, j of 1, j of 2, j of 3, j of 4. Okay, from 0s to 4 loop execute 5 times. So all elements of this array is printed here. So in this program class, we pass the base address of an array and number of elements in that array, and receive in different way by two functions, by functions ABC and XYZ. So here you can see, like the passing the value to the function, passing the address to the function, we can also pass the array, we can also pass the whole array to the function. Class, one more thing. Here, suppose you write this. Class, here is a and here is a 5. A is the name of array. A is a name of array A. So this is the name of array, this is the number of element in that array. Name of array supply the base address. So this one is also true. Once again, This one is also true. Here is a is a name of array, and name of array gives the first block address. This one, address of this location. Okay, first block address is also called base address. So this one is also true. Once again, here is a supply address, address received in pointer x, and once again the value of array is printed in this function also. Okay class, here whole address here whole array is passed. If you supply the name of array and number of elements, or you supply this, it means you give the access to array A. Here whole array is supplied. You can say, you can also supply the single element of array. Okay, you can also supply single element of an array. For example, you can supply here, you can write here loop for I equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. Here in this loop you write ABC, and here write A of I. Okay, if there is loop, for loop. Okay, here A of I, here is a 5. So here value is supplied. Here this value is supplied. If you write this, then first A of I, address of A of I is supplied. So in this case class, elements of array, or you can say address of particular elements are supplied. In previous program, whole address is supplied, a whole array is passed to the function. If you here write the for loop and put ABC in this way, so here single address of single element is supplied. Address of single element is supplied. Okay, single element is supplied, number of elements supplied. This program is also true. Here single address is supplied and received in x, but you have to write here for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, put this. Okay, in this case elements of array is passed one by one. Okay, if you write this, then whole address is passed. You can write this also, then whole address is passed, because you give the base address.